grab the moon. I sit on the toilet. What?
You're funny.
Hello wonderful people, I am Allison Cruz from Motion Filmy. In today's video, we ranked every Despicable Me movie, ranked from worst to best.
Shine.
The Despicable Me films quickly became some of history's most successful animated movies. But how do the franchise's entries stack up against each other? Here's a ranking of all 5 movies, let's get started. Number 5. Despicable Me 3, 2017. IMDb rating 6.2.
Just one heist.
What's the difference between?
Following the success of the Minions spin-off 2 years earlier, the Despicable Me series attempted to go back to adult Gru, Carell, for a third installment in the main series. The story this time around sees Gru and Lucy, Kristen Wiig, face off against 1980s obsessed villain Balthazar Brat, Trey Parker, just as Gru discovers his identical twin brother, Drew, also Carell. Despicable Me 3 has the potential to be a lot of fun. However, at this point, it's a case of diminishing returns. The jokes feel lazy, the writing subpar, and the characters including Brad and Drew. Astonishingly one note. Coming off the triumphant second film, Despicable Me 3 marks a creative low point for the series, though it still made $1 billion worldwide. Number 4. Minions, 2015. IMDb rating 6.4. After the first Despicable Me, it became clear the Minions and not Gru were the breakout stars. Naturally, Hollywood gave the childish critters their own movie in which to run amok. Set in the late 1960s, the Minions embark on a quest to find a villain they can serve and think they've found one in Scarlet Overkill, Sandra Bullock. Of course, that plan goes wildly awry. Minions gets a lot of juice out of its period setting. Given how the Minions speak mostly in unintelligible gibberish, the movie does a solid job of making them sympathetic leads who push their story forward. Of course, it often sidesteps into over-the-top gags and impromptu musical numbers. But for those willing to engage in the silliness, Minions is a decent franchise refresh. Number 3. Minions. The Rise of Gru, 2022. IMDb rating 6.6. Coming 7 years after its predecessor, this sequel to Minions splits its focus between young Gru and the Minions themselves. In doing so, the movie which sees Gru try to prove his worth as a budding supervillain feels more like a Despicable Me film than Minions. As such, Minions. The Rise of Gru is a more balanced, focused entry with fun callbacks and genuine heart. Much like the first Minions, this follow-up features a period setting, this time in the mid-1970s. The voice cast, including newcomers such as Michelle Yeoh, is stellar across the board. The Minions shenanigans are more funny than not. And there's a sense of imagination and fun at play here that has been largely absent from the Despicable Me franchise for nearly a decade. Number 2. Despicable Me 2, 2013. IMDb rating 7.3.
Pins and needles.
The 2013 movie was among many sequels that year that outdid their originals at the box office. With Wonder Woman 2's Kristen Wiig rejoining the franchise as Lucy and a story that allows the audience to get to know the girls a little better, the movie works on every level. The Minions are at their absolute best here. They are more prominent than in the original Despicable Me, but not so much that it's overbearing. With the Minions being at the center of El Macho's plot to use them to achieve world domination, Despicable Me 2 shows that Minions can be the focal point but still in bite-sized pieces. Since the original movie, Gru was always a family man at heart, and this movie really lets him shine as such. Number 1. Despicable Me, 2010. IMDb rating 7.6. The original Despicable Me movie introduced a whole bizarre world to fans. The film is often ranked as one of the best animated movies of all time, and if it weren't for the success of this first movie, the animated franchise may not have gone on to become the highest grossing of its kind like it did when it surpassed Shrek in 2017. Gru goes through some enormous character growth during the movie, turning from a supervillain into a super dad for his adopted daughters, Margot, Edith, and Agnes. The movie can seamlessly introduce the fascinating minions in such a way that audiences don't question them, they just accept them and laugh at them. Oftentimes the first movie in a series gets bogged down in explaining the complex world that has been created, but not Despicable Me. The film explains the world through showing, not telling, and it's all the stronger for it. Which movie did you watch from the list today? Tell us in the comment section. Thank you for watching.